So, welcome to the first day of the first two deal challenge of September. For you guys that are brand new here, this is a challenge that we run every single month, sponsored by Deal Machine. If you guys are watching this on the YouTube, there's a recording. It's going to be sent out to everybody. Make sure that you hit the link that is in the comment section below. And in that comment section is going to give you 7 days free to utilize Deal Machine because that's what we're going to be going over in today's session. Now, before I begin, I want you guys to understand there's about 3 parts to this, okay? In day one, we're going to be going over how to find a motivated seller lead and what a motivated seller lead looks like. I'm going to break this down and dumb it down for every single person that is a part of this call. This call is typically a short one. It's going to be about 45 to an hour long. Okay, so be ready to kick it with your boy. So, with that being said, first call, we go over how to find the deals. Second call, we're going to go over, well, what a motivated seller is. Second call, we're going to go over the best tactics to market. By our third call, we should have someone in here putting properties under contract. Guys, this challenge has produced over $1 million in assignment fees. It works. If you just follow this playbook play by play, I promise you there is not a single person in here that shouldn't be able to take what they're learning from this session and make it applicable to find their first real estate deal. I'm telling you guys, it's not rocket science, and I'm going to break it down for all of you here, okay? Now, guys, this is super fun. Let me just go ahead and let these people in because we got people coming in all over the place, okay? So, first and foremost, right? What is a motivated seller lead? Let's break it into that before I pull up the app. I want to really just draw this out because I feel like a lot of you guys don't know what a motivated seller lead is, right? So, who can tell me in the comment section what a motivated seller lead is? Please, somebody here tell me something. What is a motivated seller lead? Other than just somebody who's motivated, what is it? What are the
a,
characteristics that they have?
a per
What do you guys feel that they have going on with them that essentially
Divorce.
one? That's a good one. We're gonna write that down. Divorce, right? What else?
abandoned
Death.
property.
Death. Yep, another one. Abandoned property is good too, right? I think that we can call that what? Distress. I'd say if a property's distressed, that's a good one. What is it when somebody has a problem and they're behind on their mortgage? What is that? They have what is lingering on the property? What is lingering on the house? What is that called? It starts with a D. They have something they haven't paid, right? They have something they haven't paid.
Delinquent.
Delinquent.
Close. Debt.
Default. Oh,
You're close. All of you guys close. Divorce, death, distress, debt, and what? Okay, so let's say somebody's sick, right? What would that be? It starts with a D. Like
Disease.
boom, right? Boom. These, my friends, are the 5 things that make someone motivated to sell. These things right here: death, divorce, distress, debt, disease. Can we all write this down? Death, divorce, distress, debt, disease, right? And so all of these things make up what a motivated seller is. There's motivation. It's the difference between what? It's the difference between a need, which is what we look for, and a want, which is the other variable. It's a need that is over a want. Because I mean, I can offer my guy Rick Fender here $20,000 for his house, right? But does he really want that amount of money? No, he's probably going to want maybe way more, maybe a couple $100,000. Sounds good, right? So then he tells me, he's like, Q, I want $200,000 for my home. And I said, okay, but are you going through any of these things that we just talked about? No, probably not. Maybe a relative, I don't know, right? But he might not be going through those things physically. So then what happens in that notion? Well, Rick's probably going to tell me to go screw myself because I'm offering him 20 and he's asking for 200. You see, the difference is that Rick don't need that amount of money right now. Rick knows what he wants, but it's not something that he needs. A need comes out of necessity. It means that we need to sell our property. That's the thing. Most people that I meet that get into wholesaling, you guys are calling people that are like for sale by owners. You're calling people that might not be fully interested in selling their property like now, but they might be interested in selling it like later. Baby, you turn off right now? Come on, guys, I gotta tell my lady. They might be interested in selling the property later. They might be interested in selling the property later, but there's not a need. And so our goal here is to figure out a way to create a need so that when we talk to somebody, it's more of a meaningful conversation. That's the thing. I think a lot of us spend a lot of time, a lot of our time talking to people who don't really want to talk to us. And that's where I notice the problem, right? And so, guys, what I'm going to talk about today are three different variables of lists that you can create using Deal Machine. And your homework today is to go home and create them. Okay. And there are three different types of layers of leads when it comes to data. Guys, data is everything. Data is literally everything. Now, guys, this is going to be something that we do on Deal Machine. So if y'all can do me a favor, hit that link, get your 7-day free trial. If you already have an account, pull it up and follow along with me. This is going to be a lot of fun. Okay. And so I created this concept 4 years ago and I reteach it. And today you guys are going to learn it again. All right. Now, forgive me for being left handed. The good Lord blessed me with a left hand, but this is literally what it looks like. It's this, and then a line through. And what we're going to do, can everybody see that? Just want to make sure that we can all see that. It's clear. Okay, cool. All right. So then this is three different tiers. We're going to go over this. All right. The first one is called blanket. You guys can draw this out with me. For my people that are here, please draw this out with me. Okay. I want everybody here to be a part of what we're doing. So if y'all can draw this out with me. Number one is blanket, right? Number one is blanket. Number two is target. And number three is what we call niche. Blanket, targeted, niche. Blanket, targeted, niche. So, what are these three different types of lists? Well, I mean, come on, guys, I want you to understand that lists fall in categories. That's the reality. Okay. Lists fall in somebody, lists fall in category. I need that embedded into your mind. Okay. And so, what does this look like? What is a blanket record? A blanket record, typically records anywhere between, when you pull this list, who here has marketed high equity before? Just high equity, nothing else. High equity. Drop a one in the comments of that too. Have all of us been all been down the rabbit hole? High equity. Okay, we're just call them. Maybe it might be interesting to look at. So then what kind of records fall into blanket forms of marketing? Number one, guys, is high equity. Okay. So high equity being number one, right? That's one. Second one is low equity. Now, for my sub two guys in the building, you might go after properties that are low equity. Why? Why? Most of the time, if you can match that with a level of distress, well, if you have somebody who doesn't have a lot of equity, but maybe they're falling behind on their mortgage, that might be a reason for them to want to sell the property. So then low equity, right? What's the third list? Now, mind you, these lists all consist of hundreds of thousands of records. Is it necessary to get them? Yes. There's going to come a point in time when you are going to want to buy this data so that you own it. Because again, addresses never change. Some of you guys buy the same record over and over and over again by accident when you're actually not even realizing you're doing the business wrong. The goal is to own all of the data. So if you're in Texas and your market is Houston, then it's your goal to have all of this data. In the beginning, we prospect. That's what we're doing. Prospecting ain't the same as marketing. Prospecting is creating a list, is what we're going to be going over today, right? And so, again, we have free and clear. Last one here is called unknown equity. Unknown equity. Unknown equity means that we don't know what the That means that it's been marked as unknown, that we don't know if they have a mortgage, two mortgages, three mortgages, or they have one half mortgage. Maybe they already paid a property off. I don't know. It could be a million different reasons, right? And so when we look at this side of the list here, then we realize that there's no motivation. Do you guys think that there's motivation in somebody who has high equity? You have to call 600,000 people to find that one guy, right? There's no motivation. Low equity, well, dude, I just bought this house. What makes you think I want to sell it? If you're just marketing a low equity alone, you're probably not going to have a good time. Then you have what? Free and clear. Okay, the guy owns his house. He paid it outright. Maybe he has taxes that he pays on the property every year. Not a motivation to sell. Unknown equity, we don't know what the hell they owe on that thing. So that's the thing. This is blanket marketing. There are some companies out here that'll spend 20 to 30, 40, $50,000 a month on marketing to these people, praying to God to get somebody caught in the web. That's what they're praying for. Tomorrow, we're going to be going over marketing. Today, we're going to be going over prospecting. Prospecting is a little bit different than marketing. A lot of you guys get the two confused. Marketing is connecting to somebody, prospecting is creating your customer avatar. That's what I call it, your customer avatar. A lot of people would say that this is your client profile. There's a lot of different words for it. I use Avatar because I love the movie. And obviously, it's one of the greatest movies that was ever made. And they're coming out with Avatar 3. So when I say Avatar, I think of like something that I would create, a body that I would create that makes up the person who I want to make up, right? And so again, we have our blanket data here. Blanket data. Does everybody understand what this is? There's no motivation. It's just a crap ton of information. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Guys, be real. It's a lot. Okay. So there's all of this in blanket, which makes up the bulk of the data that you'll ever buy in your life. As somebody who owns a data company, I can tell you this right now, data is king. Eventually, it's going to come a time where you're going to want to own the data because although the addresses never change, what changes is the variable, and that's what we want. Okay, now moving into this next list here. This one here is going over targeted, right? So then what is a target here? Target are somewhat niche reasons that someone want to sell that's a little bit more bulkier than bulk, meaning these you're probably going to get about maybe 15, 20, 30,000 records from these lists specifically. And then we're going to niche down. I'm going to show you how to do that. So for targeted, what makes a list targeted? Number one, tax delinquency. These are properties that are behind on taxes. They're delinquent on taxes. There's thousands of them, probably over 10, 15, $20,000 in your area. That's a target. Now we're going more into a less blanket form of marketing. Next one, right? Let's go over the next one. Code violations. That's a second type of list that you can pull that typically has thousands of records. You should probably get this list every single month. This is something to look at, y'all. This is something to look at. Third one, senior owners, people that are seniors over the age of 65 that own real estate. That is a target. We're niching down now. Someone who's over the age of 65. Typically, what happens, guys, if we come up here, what was one of the things that I had circled up here? What is that? That's disease, right? So if we put this into perspective, when you're over the age of 65, what happens to health? It declines. I don't mean to say anything negatively over anybody here that is of that age, but typically, I mean, I hope that you guys would live another additional 20, 30, 40 years. But a lot of times the human life expectancy is between, for women, 87 and above, for men, between 77 and 85. That's where we're at economically. These are national statistics that you guys can look up for and morality rates and the life expectancy of a man and a woman in 2025. I don't know what's in the air these days, right? But we live in America. So that's actually pretty low. Other countries, we can live up to 90, apparently. But that's just America. So again, we have tax delinquency, we have code violations, we have senior owners. Another one, guys, vacant. Houses that are listed as vacant. This is very powerful list. For anybody here, you guys should know. How many of y'all are marketing to vacant leads right now as we speak? Come on. Like who here is looking up vacant properties? All of the vacancies can be posted anywhere. And even softwares have what's called an API integration with USPS, which will let you know records in your area that are consistently going bankrupt. No, I'm sorry, not going vacant. So vacancy is a big deal. Vacancy to me are great leads to go after because it's an indication that someone doesn't live there. It's a powerful form of marketing that I think that everybody here should take a look at. Don't sleep on it, okay? Now again, vacant properties are going to be your best friend. You find houses that are vacant, a lot of times that there's intent. Come on. The more people that we find with more problems, the more way that we can be a blessing to those people. Because this business is the same, no matter what. And how many of you people heard me say this? And I want y'all to repeat it after me. If we don't make money in this business by ripping people off, a lot of people have a negative connotation of what wholesaling real estate is because they're not operating the business on kingdom principles, y'all. Understand this, God is watching. The way this business works, you find a problem, you solve a problem, you get paid. Bigger the problem, bigger the check. I go after properties that are just like this, that have these specific characteristics, because my goal is to help someone in a way that an investor could never. An investor is going to come to the table with money. They don't want to do half the stuff that you and I are willing to do. Guys, sometimes you and I are going to have to go in and do affidavits of heirship on property. We're going to have to take a house through probate. We're going to have to remove some homeless person from the property. We're going to have to figure out a way to get 5 siblings to agree on a sell point for a property. We're going to have to figure out a way to take something that is dilapidated and in distress, that carries all 4 characteristics: a family that's going through divorce, someone who just lost somebody who's going through some crazy form of distress that might even be a personal issue, someone who's losing everything that they have because they're underneath in debt, and or someone who is absolutely sick and wanting help. Guys, this is what this business is about. Find problem, solve problem, get paid. Somebody repeat this after me in the comment section. Find problem, solve problem, get paid. Find problem, solve problem, get paid. I want y'all to repeat that to yourself. Because in this business, we ain't about ripping people off. We give fair cash offers based on not just the condition of the property, but what the problem is in front of us that we have to solve. Because if we can solve problems, let me tell you what, anybody in this comment section that is repeating this is going to make it because you guys are actually operating your business. And this business is about longevity. This ain't no cash grab. A lot of y'all might only do one wholesale deal and you get wiped out. I've seen it because you're not operating on kingdom principles. When you actually help people, let me tell you something, the business reciprocates. Got to get that off my chest because I see a lot of unethical things happening in our industry right now. And some of y'all got to get it straight. Ain't no proud or honor in posting a check that is over $100,000 on a single family home. That's stealing. That's not helping. We help people and we make our money and we feel good about it because we solved a problem that met the dollar amount that we received on the other side. Can I get an amen in the comments? Because God is watching your heart. All right. So again, tax delinquent, code violations, seniors, vacants, right? So we already know where we're at now. Okay. Now let me take it even further, guys. It's going to be super fun. Super fun. Fire damage, water shut off. Y'all didn't think about that, huh? Let me go even further. Recent arrests. Yes, guys, people get arrested at houses, and that's public information. If you know that Billy Bob and Joe are all on their third DWI together and they all got caught drunk driving, taking turns behind the wheel, and they own a house on 123 Main Street, and they're looking at 15 years in prison if they don't come up with $20,000 retainer to pay for an attorney, do you guys not think that that is not a motivation that somebody might be interested in selling a house? See what I'm saying? Recent arrest. So let's go back to this, right? We went over tax delinquency, code violations, seniors, vacancies, fire damage properties, water shutoff or utility shutoff, right? And then recent arrests. Guys, these are people that just got done getting in and out of getting arrested. I mean, it just happens. It happens. Your boy's been arrested before plenty of times. Not going to say for whatever I'll say it. I was trafficking marijuana. That was my previous business. But here I am now, real estate dude. Who would have thought, right? Got what, 60 of you on this call? It is what it is, man. If you know me and you've known my story, I didn't start here. Only job I got was at Jack in the Box. I dropped out of high school when I was in ninth grade. Learned how to sell drugs because my dad taught me how. Took that and then ran with it, started a whole business from the ground up, got popped when I was 20 years old, 21 years old, and DEA came in, raided my house, took all my guns, all my money, took everything. When I got out of jail the next day, I was looking at a year and a half in prison and 5 years of parole. So when I got out and I did my time and started doing the parole stuff, man, it was during my years while I was on parole that not only was I still slinging weed to get by, dude, I was doing real estate. And so I jumped into the real estate business 2013. 2013, I learned about real estate investing. I went into a seminar called Lifestyles Unlimited, where I met my first mentors who taught me about wholesaling 2 years after the fact. By the time it was 2015, I already learned a lot about buy and hold real estate, learned about wholesaling from the guy who was teaching the class. I remember he came up to me and said, Q, why don't you have any real estate? I said, dude, I don't know. I don't have the money and I don't have the credit and I'm still selling weed. He was like, Q, you know, you don't need any money to flip houses, right? It's called wholesaling. First time that was ever talked to me. And I went home, did that. About a month and a half later, I closed my first deal, made 2,100 bucks. Second deal I did after that made me about 5 grand. Third deal after that made me about $10,000. My fourth deal made me 380,000 bucks. And that was the one that put me on the news, put me on podcasts, put me on stages. I realized that I had a gift that I could teach people and that I was really good at speaking and that I could influence other people into changing their lives and knowing that they can actually do this business. And so, man, in between all of that, somehow gave my life to Jesus. And between all of that, lost 200 pounds. And between all of that, lost my family, had a full blown heart attack. Between all of that, I mean, this is like my first time saying it on a public platform, y'all. I got married over the weekend. I'm married. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. I just came back from Vegas. We got married in Vegas. We're gonna have a wedding later on. Maybe if I love you guys enough, you'll come in and be a part of it. But yeah, I made the ultimate commitment, found the woman of my dreams. We've barely been dating for 4 weeks, y'all, and I already tied the knot. This is how certain I am. This is how certain one must be. You guys can't second guess things. If you want to make it in this business, you can't just think that this is something that you're gonna do. This is something that you have to do.
I
To
do.
me, y'all, any man or any woman who is in this call who is decisive will make something happen in this business. No matter what. No matter what. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out on this, dog. I'm telling all of you guys because I love y'all. When I wanted to do this, I said, this is what I'm going to do. Well, I'll die trying. Where's y'all's commitment at? What cross are you carrying? I didn't want to be a real estate investor. I didn't want to do all these classes and be a coach and be a mentor. I didn't want the burden of putting my whole family out there so that all of you guys can see everything that I have going on. I didn't want the content. I didn't want all of these things. It was a burden that I had to carry to live the lifestyle that I wanted. Same way Jesus carried our cross, right? Carried our sins to the cross. What are you carrying? What are you carrying? What are you putting on your back and carrying? Because it's more than just marriage out here. I make decisions and I run with them. So, my advice to all of you guys that might think I'm crazy for marrying somebody I barely met a little over a month ago, understand this. There is power in making decisions. Because when you make a decision, you run through it. I know I'm going to have a successful marriage. I know I am because I've already done everything else. I know that my business is going to thrive regardless because I've already done everything else. Are you guys certain and are you decisive? Because there's power in making decisions. Jesus didn't think twice when he died for our sins. I don't want you guys to think twice about what I'm trying to teach you today. All right. And I appreciate the congratulations, by the way. I love y'all so much. I don't mean to get serious, but it's important, right? It's important for everybody here to have that level of decisiveness when they decide that they're going to do something. That's why you're hearing today's call. And so, again, this is targeted marketing, guys. This is targeted. So, what are we planning on doing with all of this? And thank you guys. Really, it means a lot to me. So look at this niche. What is niche? This is the third one. This one's crazy, y'all. This one's crazy. Let's go into this. Number one, liens. Number two, judgments. Number three, probates. Number four, affidavits of heirship. Number five, list pendants. Some of y'all might not even know what any of this stuff means. I'm going to explain it all for you here in just a minute. Okay. There's so many. There's so many. We can keep going, y'all. We can keep going. There's federal tax liens or FTLs. Federal tax liens different than a normal lien. Federal tax lien is like, bro, you didn't pay your taxes, so I want your house. That's the IRS. Okay. Like, okay, like this can keep going. My point is that a lot of things that are niche come straight from the county. It's called the county clerk. Now, what's cool about Deal Machine is it embodies about almost all of this here, right? Now, why am I showing you guys this? Why is this important? Why are we going over all of these different types of leads? Because it's imperative that you know that these lists fall in buckets. They fall in buckets, they fall in categories. These categories, our goal today is to stack them together to create a high probability lead. Deal Machine allows you to do that. Check this out, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. If we take a little bit of this and move it into one lead from all three sources, we can create something here that has multiple stacks. I want something that has like a +4 stack because that's what I'm going to plan on marketing to. So what's my
Mhm.
stack, right? Let's say we have a property that's free and clear, meaning there's no mortgage, right? So that's one stack, and they're delinquent on taxes. We know that a senior lives there, and
Morning.
two liens against the house. You see what we just did? Y'all, free and clear, tax delinquent property, senior owner, active lien. Guys, this creates a 4 stack. So 123 Main Street carries all 4 characteristics of these 3 different lists embodied into one. This is how you create a high probability lead, my friends. This right here is the bee's knees. You don't need hundreds of thousands of records to find a motivated seller. You just need a few hundred records that you're sure about. That's it. A lot of you guys are downloading big old lists thinking that, oh, I need 10,000, 15,000 records. I need to go and skip trace all these different people. I'm going to spend thousands of dollars. I'm going to hire a VA, cold caller, all these different things. Next thing you know, you blew your whole account. How many people have been here before? How will you get trapped in the subscriptions? You get trapped in all the services that are being shown. You get shiny object syndrome because everybody's teaching the business differently. Guys, who here has blown a bag trying to close their first deal? Please drop a number one. And everybody be vulnerable. Nobody judge because I've been there too. I'll raise my hand first because I know what it's like to spend a lot of money and don't see results, dude. I know what it's like. It's in those moments when that happens that you understand that God is preparing you because we serve a God that is always on time. So a lot of times what we go through in the moment when we're spending the money, it hurts us a little bit inside, but we don't know what what God is preparing us for in the next levels of our life. Guys, I'm telling y'all right now, right? I met the woman of my dreams, decided to go and marry her in Vegas. I'm just telling you all this because it's a real story. Every bad thing that I've ever been through, every mistake that I've ever made, every negative thing that I have done that has impacted somebody in a negative way has prepared me and put me in a position where I could be this version of myself that I never thought was there, where I can make the ultimate commitment before God and become one with someone. Y'all, like this is my person, y'all. I got her name tattooed on my rib because I believe, like in the book of Genesis, that the Lord created her for me. Not for me to trample over her, not for me to try to be above her, not for her to try to be above me, but to be seen as my equal so I could put my arm around her and take care of her. Guys, the happiest I've ever been in my life, if I'm being honest. It's the most freeing feeling being able to publicly announce this because we haven't done that yet. I'm telling y'all before I've told my own family. That's how much I love you guys. This is going to be posted on YouTube. They're probably going to see it. Who cares? What I'm saying is that a lot of times when we go through these storms in our business, we don't understand that God is preparing us for the next levels of our life. And so you being on this call is the Lord preparing you for the next level. You still being in this business is the Lord preparing you for the next level because God is always on time. He ain't late. He's on time. So this is y'all getting this lesson so you can understand how to operate your business more effectively. All right, from your boy Q, because I genuinely want more for you. Now, rolling into this, guys, what are we gonna do? Now that we have all of this whole concept here, you guys are more than welcome to take a quick screenshot of that if y'all want. Just snap it on the phone real quick. That's all you. I'm gonna give y'all like 2 seconds to run that play. You guys got it? Everybody good? Okay, cool. It's going away. So, with that being said, now that we all understand this concept, right? Now that we all understand this concept, now let's make it applicable. Today's homework that I have for all of you guys, and I'm going to showcase how to use the software really easily. First, I'm going to go over the mapping and I'm going to go over the list and the niching thing, but everybody's going to get homework today. My goal is that you take this recording and you either copy what I do or you build your own list out of it. Okay. So, what we're going to do right now is going to create three different types of lists. These are, in my opinion, the best list that you guys can target. I know this because I've done this and I've had a lot of success with this. Now, I don't like just doing this in my backyard. I feel like a lot of gurus, they teach this stuff. They're like, oh, but they only know their backyard. Nah, fam, I do this in all 50 states. Let's run this. Somebody give me a market and I will run the play in your market and show you what this looks like. Oh no, we got somebody from Philly in here. No, not the Eagles, dude. I'm kidding. I'm a Cowboys fan, bro. That was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Dak looked pretty good. Can we just agree on that? Don't get me wrong. I love the Eagles and their team. I'm a Saquon Barkley fan. Like, dude, it's great. We got a lot of people. Dang, Mississippi, good college football there. Dallas, let's go. Dude, I love this, man. Austin, dude, I can't believe the Spurs are now Austin Spurs and San Antonio Spurs. It's disrespectful, in my opinion. Okay. Arkansas, Austin, no more victories, honestly. Dude, I felt pretty good about that game. I watched that game and I was like, yo, that's a Super Bowl team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't do bad, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. Let's go. Omaha, Nebraska. Honestly, yeah, let's do that. I've never done Nebraska before. I'll do both Arkansas and I'll do Nebraska because those are two markets that I haven't done before. And then I'll pick a third one for the last one. LA County is good too, honestly. What I love about Deal Machine is a lot of the integration has already been done from LA. So you get a lot of accurate leads in the platform. Every record, like every platform has different records that they pull from. PropStream being one of them. So PropStream is an LA based company. A lot of people don't know that, but they've mastered the backyard. So if you guys are looking for like a great software to use, I would recommend PropStream if you're in the West Coast, like work in Arizona, work in PropStream. I'm sorry, work in LA, all those different areas of California. You're going to get some great results using PropStream. It's very accurate because that's their backyard. Actually, Alex, I think we have a link for that, right? So, my PropStream people that want to try it, that maybe some of you guys live in California where it's extremely expensive for no reason, try out the link. It gives you access to it for 7 days, and I'll drop it in here. Okay. So let's run it in. We're going to do Omaha, Nebraska. So let's go ahead and share my screen. Can everybody see my screen here? Oh, wait, no. For some reason, it's pausing. I don't know why. Give me just a second, y'all. I think Zoom is bugging. There we go. Okay, let me go back. We're on it. Okay. So this, my friends, is Deal Machine. Oh, what? Oh, somebody's using it. Damn it. Okay, hold on. I'm logging in right now. This, my friends, is Deal Machine. So inside of Deal Machine, y'all, we get a few things. This is your dashboard. It's going to tell you the number of prospects that you have, the easiest way to start fixing and flipping homes. They have podcasts and whatnot that they do. They do like a show on how to use the platform effectively. If you go to map, you can see all these different types of records that are here. If you go to leads, leads will tell you where all of your lead lists are located, which takes a little while to load, but you can come in here and kind of get an idea what they look like. If you go to your dialer, well, you get a dialer. It's part of it. You get to pay for the minutes, which is really cool. And then there's a direct mail place where you can look at direct mail center. You get all these different places here where you can utilize direct mail. It's super dope. Like, really, I've been using this platform for quite some time. It's a lot of fun. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on picking our market. So, this is your list builder. Inside of maps, you're going to be able to build a list. We're going to build them straight from scratch. We're going to first start with Omaha, Nebraska. There we are. Oh crap. There it is. There we are. Now, this is going to be a lot of data that's going to pull up. Now, if you look here in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, it's still kind of coming up with the amount of records that are here, which is quite a few. Now, we don't need to look at anything else. Right now, we're just kind of looking at the area. It says that there are no properties to display, but there is a lot. There is a lot. So let's go into this refresh. We have houses now, and it's going to calculate the amount of properties that are here. Now, I'm going to assume that there's probably about maybe 400, 600,000 properties. I'm just going to assume, like maybe. And so our goal is to figure out a way to build our list so that we can niche down on this stuff. Hold on, let me refresh real quick because the app's being kind of stupid. And then let me go back into Omaha. There we are. We have 197,000 properties, 963. That's a lot of houses. Now, y'all, we know we ain't gonna market to all those, okay? So this is gonna be part of your homework. I'm gonna build 3 lists in your face, and I'd like you guys to either mirror it or create your own. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. Now, from here, we want to focus on a specific lead. We're gonna say single family. Single family is number one. So that's gonna bring this down about 173,000. Price now, like we can do a median sales price if we want, like maybe between 100,000 minimum and let's say $400,000 top. We'll say $400,000 top. So boom, 400K. And that should take our list down even more. Now, obviously, we're niching down now. We have 133 houses. That's cool. 133,000. I want houses that have over 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. For the sake of this video, and because it's easier, we're going to focus on using the software for single family homes in particular. Now, this is where we're going to create a niched out list. And I want y'all to watch what I'm doing here, okay? So we're going to go into this. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to click this and we're going to hit match all when we select our first foundational list. So I want houses that right now are owned by a senior owner, meaning the person's over the age of 65. So we have 31,000 right off of the rip. And I want them to also be behind on taxes. We're going to say tax delinquency. If the area has tax delinquent records, they will populate. There's 36,000 properties here that have tax delinquency that are senior owners. But we want to make sure that we're stacking. So I want y'all to select this here that says match all, and now it'll begin stacking the records together. 1,284 properties that are owned by a senior that are behind on taxes. Guys, you want to know what else we can do? Check this out. We're gonna have some fun. I want that property to have like a mortgage on it. So we'll say number of mortgages is equal to or is less than, we'll say 1. Confirm. Okay, let's say 2. Let's add another filter. So end less than, we want their contact information. So contact as a phone number. Yes. There we go. And then end. Going back into mortgages. 2, confirm. Nope. We can get rid of that. Okay. So let's not apply that. Let's go back. Clear all additional filters. Boom. Going back. We're at 1,284. What I was hoping to do is create like a lien against the house. It's okay. Let's look it up. Property has an active lien. Yes. And then confirm. And then apply. 45. That's list number one, y'all. These are people who own house that is valued between 100 and 400K, over 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, that are single family homes. Our filters here in Quick are senior owners, meaning they're over the age of 65. Why is that important? Why is that important? Let's look it up. Properties whose owners are typically age 65 or older. It's a reason for them to want to sell, guys. And if we look up tax delinquency here, this means the owner of the property has not paid the required property tax and is late on payment. The length of delinquency can lead to a tax lien or even a tax lien foreclosure. This field is updated once a year and includes the last 2 years worth of data. So they barely updated this, by the way, about 6 months ago. So this may not still be accurate, but it's something to go for. I like how Deal Machine is being transparent and telling us that they get the bulk of the data once a year. But we have 45 leads to go after now. So, guys, we'll build our list, confirm, build, and now we have those leads that have phone numbers. They're going to be in the leads category. And that, my friends, is where we're going to be able to find all of these records that we just built. This, my friends, is list number one. Now, if you don't pull anything else on tax delinquency, don't worry about it. We're going to go over a few other leads right now. So these are all great prospects, guys. I mean, we could start marketing to all 45 now, and we're probably going to get a hit. This is what it's like when you market. You don't want to market to a whole bunch of blanket data. Guys, if you do that, let me tell you what, you're going to be spinning the dreidel on your marketing. You're going to be spending way too much money on marketing. Guys, with 45 houses, how many guys in Nebraska right now, or maybe somebody who lives in a specific area where maybe your whole town or your whole city or your whole county, you can get from one side within an hour to the other side within an hour? Wouldn't it make sense that if you had 45 houses that you knew carried these stacks to just put them in a route and drive to all of them? Right? Like that would make more sense than just hopping on the phone and cold calling them. Now, in a list like this, we're going to talk about it tomorrow, how you can market, but I'm trying to create a high probability reason that someone's going to want to sell. And that, my friends, increases your closing ratio because we're going to be having meaningful conversations with people who actually need our help. You guys understand? Everybody here understand? Drop a one if you hear me. Come on, guys. This is literally A1 game. They don't teach this. I'm teaching this. This stuff's fun. Okay. So let's go into this now. We're going back. Let's clear all of our filters. Let's switch to now Los Angeles. No, I think we were going to do Arkansas, right? So we're going to do Arkansas. Let me go ahead and clear this. And then we're going to clear this too. And boom, we're going to focus on now the next list. Now, Arkansas, I'm guessing, is huge. So, I mean, I feel like we need to kind of know where we're at. Are we talking about Arkansas, AR County, or what? Like, because if not, I'm just going to build from wherever. Is this it? Somebody in Arkansas, speak, por favor. Little Rock? Okay. So, Little Rock. Let's go in and do that. Little Rock. I don't know why, but Arkansas just sounds like something I'd put on a hot dog, you know? Like, bro, can you pass me that Arkansas? No, I don't see it. Okay, let's go back to it. Hold on. Pulaski County. I see. Let's do it from the county. Okay. Pulaski. There it is. There we go. Little Rock. Cool name for a place. Man, I bet there's some good fishing here in this little body of water right there. Come on, man. That's where I'd be. Okay. So we have 190,000 properties. That's a lot. Let's go into this. Again, we're focusing on single family home for the sake of this call because in my opinion, it's one of the easiest deals that you can do. Now, again, for price, I want to stick to my minimum. You know, you can go further, you can go less. It doesn't matter, y'all. There's no right or wrong way to do this. But this is just typically what I look for in markets that I'm unaware of. I kind of just apply these filters to anything. You know, so it doesn't look like that's plausible. So we have, if I add bed to bathroom ratio, for some reason that number drops to 11. So that means that they might not have the data that I need here, which is okay. So we're just going to say any and then any. Because again, the main goal is single family. Now, because Arkansas probably might not be the biggest market, there's still something here. Let's kind of figure out what we can do. So this is what I want. Let's do somebody owns the property out of state. We're going to match all, right? So they own a property in Arkansas, but they don't live there. And then let's say we want to do it this way. Let's do the property is also vacant, right? So let's add vacancy, vacant homes. So they're out of state and they're vacant. That's good. And then let's get rid of this filter. And now we're going to do tired landlord. You guys see that? 41. That's what we needed. This is list number 3, guys. These are 41 houses that are owned by somebody who does not live in Arkansas. They live out of state. And it says that they're a tired landlord, which probably means that they just underwent the eviction process. The house has been vacant for quite some time and they haven't put a tenant in there. It may even be like an empty nester where maybe it was their house that they bought for their kids, but the kids moved out and moved on, right? There's like a lot of things that are scenarios that we can kind of create that give you an idea of who it is that you're talking to. What I love about this list, guys, is it's like two variables here. Two, meaning one, moment. Oh, okay. Meaning one, the person that you're calling is either an investor, meaning that they're interested in either liquidating a whole portfolio, or two, they're like a freaking like a tired landlord. So they're wanting to, or I'm sorry, still actively buying. So they're wanting to buy more real estate. Everything go ahead, baby. Okay. So they want to buy more real estate. So those are the two variables that you look at when you're finding these things out, right? Is that number one, you might find somebody who has a whole portfolio of properties for sale, or number two, you have somebody still actively buying real estate. Great list to hit. Great list to hit because you can get a cash buyer out of it, maybe a private money lender, maybe another relationship, or you get a motivated seller who's interested in selling all of their houses. It is a double whammy list. This is one of my favorite lists to go after. So, guys, this is the one. Again, we'll create this, build it, boom, confirm, and then we'll move on to building the next one. So this is list one, list number two. This is going to be the third one. Okay. So we're going to hit clear, boom, and then we're going to go back to yet another market. Let's pick one, y'all. Give me a market, guys. Give me one. What do we got? OKC. I'm going to run the first one. Let's get it. I hope I spelled Oklahoma right. I feel like I didn't. Oh, now we got it. Oklahoma. Let's go. Guys, Oklahoma is a great market, y'all. It's massive, it's huge. This is just a great market to go after. We do the same thing. We're gonna do single family. I'm gonna do the same thing on minimum. We're gonna do 100. We're gonna say to, I don't know, let's say maximum 400 just cause I want houses that have over two bedrooms, over one bathroom, and then just kind of come in here and you can just build out what you would like. There's a lot. Guys, list number 3 is simple. It's so simple. And I'm not even going to do anything special. It's just one thing. And this is what I like to go after. Scroll down. We want the property to be vacant. That's number 1. And then number 2, probate. And then match all. That's it. This is it. This is list number 3. Vacant houses that are in an estate that are currently undergoing the probate process. That's number 2 or number 3. Guys, this has been a valuable call just right off of the rip. Being honest, this has been super fun. And so for everybody here, right? Do we all understand what we're doing? Guys, these 3 lists, what we're doing is we're not going to market to 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people. Our goal today is to build our prospecting list. Now, y'all can take this as far as you want. My goal today was to open up your mind on what all of this stuff means over here and what a motivated seller is, being decisive in the business, going over the reasons that someone wants to sell, and then creating 3 different lists for all of you that are here. All of you guys can operate all of this off of the free trial that you've been given. Okay. And so, for everybody that is in this call today, your homework is to go home and build 3 different lists. You're going to submit your homework to me that you have completed it, okay? It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, these three lists are going to be niched out. I want y'all to number one, find a market, pick a market. Doesn't have to be yours. That's homework number one. Choose whatever market that you want. Homework number two, right? I want you to create your three motivated seller lists. I want you to get them ready. Number three, organize them. These three lists, I want them put somewhere where you know that you have them because tomorrow we're going to talk about marketing to them. All right, does everybody understand? There are three pieces of homework. We're going to be giving away a year-long mentorship to the school platform that we have. You guys get lifetime access, not a year, lifetime access. That's one. We're going to be giving away 10,000 skip trace leads, and we're going to be giving away a year's worth of Deal Machine on the elite level, right? We're going to be doing these three things. That's what's going to be at the end of the call. If anybody here wants this stuff and you want to be involved with what we got going on, this is your opportunity right now to lock in with us and get these three things. But the only way to do that is if you complete the homework. We're only doing the draw on day 3 when everyone has completed the homework, okay? And so again, if you're here, this is your homework. This is a challenge. I want to see what you guys are capable of. Number 1, pick your market, find your area. Number 2, build your 3 lists, all 3 of them. Number 3, I want you guys to organize your data and put it somewhere because tomorrow we're going to talk about marketing. Okay. And so, guys, that's it for day 1 in this challenge specifically. I really appreciate everybody's congratulations, and I'm glad that we all got together and did this today. Okay. And so, this is going to be for day 2. Day 2, I hope to see all of you. If I'm being honest, a lot of y'all probably already trying to hop off the call. I've seen this too often. I want y'all to please prove me wrong. Can y'all just prove me wrong? I want everybody to be here on day 2. It's the same time tomorrow, man. It's the same time. I'm gonna promise you guys that again, I'll crack an egg on my head if we get more than 57 people tomorrow, and I'll do this live on this call. I'll crack an egg on my head, but I bet anything we're gonna have less than 40 people tomorrow. I'll bet cracking an egg on my head that we'll have less than 40 people tomorrow because I know that some of you guys don't really want it, you just kind of want it. That's why you're here. Please prove me wrong. Please. I want to see everybody here present for tomorrow's call. If there's more than 40 people in the call, I'm cracking an egg on my head before we begin. Okay. And I'm going to let my wife do that. All right. So, guys, that's my commitment to everybody here. I'm super excited. If y'all want to be in a part of any of our free groups that we have, Alex, if you just do me a favor, drop it in the comment section. I want all of you guys to spend the rest of this time meeting each other. So, I'm going to leave this room open for a little bit so that you guys can meet. I'm going to play some music low, and y'all just go ahead and lock in and just meet each other. Okay. But again, for everybody here, we're going to email all of y'all the copy of the recording. All of you guys be involved. To be involved with the three giveaways that we're doing, we're going to do a random draw. Okay. It's going to be fun. It's a little wheel that spins. Anybody who's been a part of it knows how we do it. Submit your freaking homework. It's the only way that you can get the free stuff at the end. Prove me wrong. Let's have Q on a recorded call crack an egg on his head by his wife. And I want you guys to be a part of this. Okay. We have free groups. I'm not asking y'all to pay for anything. They're free groups. They have free real estate courses in them, free dispo courses in them. You get everything you need from acquisition to dispo. Like, it's everything. It's free. Drop in there and get it. Okay. It's part of it. My paid group is different. My paid group is different. But for everybody that's a part of the challenge, we let that go for $25 a month today. Okay. So that's insane. If you want to be a part of the paid group, we have that too. And I'd love to have y'all in there. All right. So I'm going to sign off. You guys are more than welcome to meet each other. And I'm going to let y'all unmute yourself and talk, and all you guys exchange numbers, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all at 12 p.m. CST tomorrow. Let's get it.